Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Windrose. On our last episode, we did quite a bit of exploring, raised our level up to level 6, a healthy level 6, I might say, and progressed our quest to the point now where we are getting close to finally moving on to Iron and to the next area. But first, we need to take care of some of these final points of interest, and obviously these over here are on the island that has the next quest that we need to do, the bitter pill, along with revenge is best served cold, which is gonna have us infiltrating Richard's camp. So before we do all that, I'm gonna essentially call this the prep stage for that fight. So what we plan on doing today is obviously finishing up these points of interest on this island. There's only the 4, hitting these 4, and then doing some final prep for our fight with Richard once we get to his camp. So without waiting any longer, let's board our mighty vessel, the Catch, because I have yet to name it, and let's head out and explore. But hold on, I gotta make sure I've got food. Not much food, but we have food. Alrighty. I am going to fast travel to the closest point, sail over to the island, and I will cut back if something interesting happens or once we arrive at the first point of interest. See you when we get there. Alrighty, I have made it to the island. I didn't cut back because the first point of interest was a danged old copper mine. Nothing interesting there, like the other 50 that we found. But now we have the old cabin. Got one unique chest for us to loot and give us 50 experience. So let's see what the old cabin has for us. Other than a 2-star dodo. Come here, you blue chicken. Anybody else? Come here, chicken. Alrighty. Let's see here. What do we have to explore? Protective amulet. The old hut is nearly in ruins. One strong gust might be its end. Inside, it's draped with crude talismans carved from wood and bone. They dangle from rafters, litter the floor, and adorn the walls. Whoever once lived here clung to them until the very end. Interesting. Oh yeah, they were here clinging to them till their very end, alright. Let's see what's in the chest. The filibuster boots, some bone beads, a wood talisman, and a diary fragment. Ooh. Let's see what that has in store for us. Eyes wide with fear. A new quest. Let's check her out. I came across pages from the journal of another man who, like me, was shipwrecked and struggled to survive. Objective: uncover the survivor's story. Maybe I can find out what happens to these people. Let's see if we have anything in the curios. 105th day after the shipwreck. No, the 105th day was 2 weeks ago. Or was it 3 weeks ago? Cannot remember. I am lost. Bram and Mitchell left me after all. Abandoned. Sailed away. Yes, they left. Sailed away. I stayed here. Together with their belongings. Over there. I buried it. I hid it until they come back. They will come back for me, right? They will. They surely will. I left the ruins. It is even scarier out there. Far worse than before. Now I can hear their voices even in daylight. Like they are wafting from... Like they are wafting from the grave. I think that's supposed to be from the grave. Thudding. They are coming. I can feel it. Where is my amulet? I need amulets. More amulets. They will protect. Let's put that in our journal. Very, very interesting there. So, let's see. So that takes care of that. So we've got a mine, Yay. And this old cabin, which had something, an interesting story to it. So I am going to head over here. These looks like they will continue our quest on this for the Eyes Wide with Fear. We'll see what we have going on with these two camps. I'm guessing they're camps. And so we'll check those out, and I will cut back when we get to the next one. See ya in a little bit. Alrighty, we have creeped up to the next point of interest, and it is going to be a shipwreck site with 2 unique chests and another 50 experience. So let's go up here and see what the locals have to say to us. So far, not very good things. Sir, there is no need to throw rocks. We are just here to discuss loot and treasure. How rude. How very, very rude. Lots of dodos. Fighting off the chickens, I see. Alright, we got one more. There we go. Oh, nope, there's another one over here. Come back, chicken. You can't escape me. I'll turn you into a Kentucky Fried Bucket. Alright. Let's see what the first chest has for us. Some nails, some steel nails, and some rope. I'm going to have to get rid of some stuff, so we don't need that. We don't need that. Alright. Alright, some materials. Not great materials. So, abandoned campfire. Among the shipwrecks on the shore, you come across the remains of an old fire pit. Ashes are visible under the half-rotten logs, as if the signal fire had been lit again and again, yet help never came. Sticks thrust into the ground and ragged cloth suggest the remains of someone's tent. Axe marks mar the wreckage, as if someone tried to dismantle it. Most likely, shipwreck survivors tried to warm themselves and recover here. And that is it for that. We got another chest. Let's check out the old loot box. Ooh, provisions and a diary fragment. Let's see. What do we want to get rid of? This one's kind of tough. I don't really want to get rid of anything. But I guess we'll get rid of the crab shell. And that lands us with 50 more experience. Let's see how are we doing with experience over here. Oh, we got a journal, diary fragment. First day after the shipwreck. Cold. We've been ashore all day, and the rain hasn't stopped. Bram says we should head into the jungle and take shelter in the ruins. I don't want to go. I keep telling them the ruins are cursed, but Mitchell laughs it off, and Bram doesn't believe me either. When are people gonna learn you should always listen to the person who says the ruins or something are haunted? So, with that being checked out, I think that kind of tells us what our next site's gonna be. Probably some ruins to explore, which is why we now have rope. So I'm gonna head on over there. We'll check it out and see what there is to explore, and I'll cut back once we're there. See ya when I get there. Alrighty, we have made it over here to the ruins. Inhabited ruin. We've got 2 unique chests, and it will give us another 50 experience, which, let's see, is that going to get us closer? Oof, that will not get us closer, but, you know, it moves us closer to the 800, but it will not put us to level 7 just yet. Let's go in here and see what does inhabit said ruins. It looks like pigs. Oh, and there's a savage boar. That's great. I mean, yay for the bacon, but really not looking forward to dealing with a savage boar right now. They're a bit of a headache. Ooh. Flowers. All right. Here. We're trying to get rid of all the regular ones before McGruff there comes over and says hi. Leave me alone. Come on. Do your little dance. There we go. Get rid of this. Heal up. What else can I drop? And I really don't want to drop anything, but I guess if anything, it'll be the rope. I can always make more. Let's see. What's the goodies around here? Oh, we got a chest. Diary fragments. Alright, looks like the seeds have to go. Let's see what the new journal entry has to say. 8th day after the shipwreck. I warned them the ruins are cursed. No sooner did we settle in than the nightmares began. I dream my friends are dying. Their skin hardens into bark. Branches push out through their flesh. I wake up screaming. I'm afraid. I don't want to sleep anymore. I carved protected charms for Bram and Mitchell. They laughed, threw them into the mud. Last night, I heard them whispering about the boat. They're thinking of leaving me behind. See, what do we have here? Someone had set up a small camp among the ruins. A bent cooking pot lies next to a fire pit, and a broken bed frame rests under the unstable stone roof. Judging by the tattered tents, it's been deserted for some time, almost as if the people simply dropped everything and left. In the middle of the camp, only an unusual wooden structure stands out, resembling either an idol or a talisman, watching like a silent sentinel. Let's see, what's in the chest that was hidden behind door number 2? A reliable pistol. What are we going to lose? What are we going to lose? Actually, you know what? I need to re-up my stuff. So, there we go. We now have the reliable pistol. A simple, sturdy pistol that always catches enemies off guard. It can fire 3 shots without reloading. That's actually not too bad. Only it shared the same damage as what we have. And so, friends, it looks like... Oh, nope, we missed. We missed something. There's a madman's chest. Oh, how did I not see that? Let's go northbound. I think that was north. Let's head northward to check out the madman's chest. I'll cut back once we get over there to investigate the chest. Alrighty, we are here where the chest is, and because I was being a dunce and wasn't paying attention, we have a new journal entry right here. Eyes wide with fear. Find the madman's chest, which is what we are doing. He buried his belongings somewhere nearby. He won't need them anymore, but they might come in handy for me. Yes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So, we are in the area. We pull out our handy-dandy shovel. Let's get to digging. Let's see, where do I want to dig? Right here. Alright, that is obviously the wrong spot. An old chest. Let's see what we can find inside. Just as the old journal foretold, inside the cruelly nailed chest lie worn belongings and a torn scrap of a note. Alongside them lie the remains of 2 people. One of the skulls is broken, as if it had been hit with an axe. Let's see, what all did I throw? Ooh, I definitely want that. Oh, let's see, we'll drop the pearls. And what else do we want to drop? I guess the steel nails, they're kind of good to have, but so is 10 gold. Is there anything else I can get rid of? You know what, we'll get rid of the boar head. I don't want that. We'll take the pearls, and then... you know what, I don't use feathers really, so we'll get rid of the feathers. Alright. Well, friends, let us see here. We have fully conquered this island with a oh so joyous. Glad I found a copper deposit, because if I hadn't found that, I would not have any copper. I wish they would get rid of half the copper mines and give us something else. But anywho, we got all these points of interest. So the next thing is going to be to sail over here to this island. I'm not going to do the bitter pill quest today, but I am going to explore this island to try to get my level up a little bit. I am also going to get this fast travel point, and actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to sail over here, get to where we need to be, and continue from there. First, I need to get my ship. Alright, well, I gotta go drop stuff off at the base, free up some space on my ship, and then we will come back and sail to the next island. So I will see you when we get to the next island. Alrighty, we have made it to the next island of our journey, which will probably be the last island in the beginner area. So, we are here at the Smuggler's Cache. It has one unique chest. It'll give us 25 experience, but something I forgot to check out. We do have the Eyes Wide with Fear, where we cleared that off, but also we have a curio. And it's a list of essentials. Nails, check. Planks, check. Rope, found. Sail, patched up, more or less. That's about it. We've got all we need for the boat. Tomorrow, Bram and I will nail it together and get out of here, while Norman can stay here and die. He sits around all day carving those cursed little charms, witchy junk. Superstitious idiot, completely cracked from fear of the ruins. Woke up yesterday and the lunatic was standing over me with an axe. Right. My axe. Forgot it. Where did that idiot take it? I think we know who was hit in the head with the axe. But that is concluding the adventure we had. Let's see, which one of these is it going to be? Yep, the Castaway. This is the, when you're looking for these, it's the Castaway story. So that the last one we did, the journal, or the Eyes Wide with Fear. You go to your library, the full story is found under Castaway. But back to the present, we are going to explore this Smuggler's Cache, get whatever looty goodness it has for us, kill the dodos and get their tasty chickeny meat, and continue on our journey. So let me clear out these chickens. Angry chickens. Angry chickens. Alrighty. Let's go over here and see what do we have at the camp. Ominous stairs going into the ground. Wrong button. I wanted my torch, not my potion. Dodge around behind this angry guy. Let's see what's in the chest. Contraband. Alright. And that pumps us to level 7. And I think that's all we're going to get in here. I'm not seeing anything else to really interact with. Now, granted, there's a lot of bubbly death around me. Yeah. Oof, indeed. So, let us check out our progression. We have progressed to level 7. We need a total of 800 points to progress to level 8. And let's go ahead and do... We have 3 stat points available, so 1 to endurance, 1 to vitality, and this time I'm going to do 1 to mastery. Now, normally I just do 5 points to mastery, and then I will put the rest towards my primary stat, because there's jewelry and other items you can wear that'll give you plus 10, plus 15 mastery. Something to note with mastery, precision, agility, strength, and endurance, their kind of soft cap is 20. When you hit 20 in these, that is strength, agility, precision, mastery, and endurance. When you hit 20, the gains you get for every point after 20 is very minimum. So it's usually, you can put however many points you want towards it. Your gear will boost you even higher, but 20 is kind of the soft cap. When you hit 21, 22, 23, the each time you level up from there, each point increase is not a very big jump up like it is up until you hit level 20. So that's why I usually try to get my skills to my stat points to like 5 and then bump it to 20 with gear. You can also use food to bump it up. Now, with vitality, and I think we discussed this previously on one of the previous episodes, vitality is the only one that you can put stat points in that benefits past 20. So every time you put points into vitality, it really gives you a boost. So vitality is kind of the only one that you really want to boost beyond 20. The others, you can boost them past 20 all you want, but 20 is kind of the, like I said, the soft cap. Every point after 20 is a very small increase. An increase is still an increase, but, if you're trying to do, 20 in strength, 20 in agility, it kind of gives you a way to balance what you're putting your, and I forgot to confirm, it kind of helps you balance what you're going to put your points into. So let's see here. Oh, I did confirm. Oh, no, I did not. 1, 2, 3. For talents, we have 1 point, and I need to spend 1 more point over here to unlock the extra health. So let's see. I am going to go with stitches and rum. I like the increased healing. So now when I get another talent point, I can get the health increase of 120. So with that being said, I am going to continue to clear out the fog of war and find out these new places, and I will cut back when we hit the next interesting point. Already, we have made it to the next interesting point on this map, and it is an ancient ruins. We have 0 of 3 chests. This one was guarded by some pigs. I got attacked by a charging boar and a regular boar and some sows. But they were quickly taken care of and sent to that happy pigland in the sky and gave me their bacon. Just like that little guy, all tuckered out and went to sleep. Well, it looks like I'm about to do the run of shame. So, thankfully, I came prepared and did build a tent on this island, so I am going to make my way back to there, and I will see y'all when I get there. Or if I make it to the next point of interest, since there are a few on the way. We'll see you in a bit. Already on my way back doing my run of shame, I came across this Blackbeard pirate camp, and they've got 1 chest, so I think we can quickly take these gentlemen out and get their loot and continue on to where we were, maybe. Gentlemen, can't we just use our words instead of our swords? Alrighty, well, now that the pirating committee has been taken care of, let's see what they have for us. So we've got some gunpowder and pikeman boots, copper bulletin, more gunpowder, and a little 25 experience to go along with it. So, did I see something interesting? Oh, stone. Yay. Alrighty, with that being said, I am going to make my way back over here so we can take care of the baking committee and continue on with our journey. I will see you when I get to that point of interest. Alrighty, we have returned. The bacon committee has been removed, and now we can continue our journey of exploring these ruins. So that chest gave us some goodies. So we got one more to find. And you'll have to forgive me for clearing my throat every 5 seconds. I'm still getting over the gunk I had not too long ago. But anywho, ancient container, more healing herbs, ancient chest, decoration, woven armchairs. That'll be interesting. 3 cozy woven armchairs. More stuff to add to our base and build up that lovely, sweet, sweet coziness level. And I believe that'll be everything for this amazing ruin site. And that just leaves the ancient ruins. So I'm going to make my way over there. We'll investigate that, and then we will continue on with what we're going to do next. See you when we get there. Alright, we are here at this last set of ancient ruins. And it looks like it's guarded by the undead. So let's go up here. Man, that guy hits hard. Leave me alone. There is only one of me. Alright, so that takes care of 2. I'm sure there's a few more lurking about. Yep, there's another. Alright, so we got a cellar. First, what all can we find up here? And we've got gold ingots. That's nice. Anything else? I'm not seeing any more undead, so that's always a good sign. Let's see here. Some more healing herbs. So that just leaves, from what I see, going into the cellar to determine what's down there. And away we go. On some healing. Oh, this has a lot of stuff. Great. Oh, let's see. We're gonna get rid of this. Get rid of that. Rid of the bird meat. There we go. We should have one more chest. See if I can get these two to split. Alrighty. And for the last chest, please don't be anything a lot. Great. Clay lamps. I like that. So let's go over here. Learn the lamps. And I don't think there's... Oop, yep. Healing herbs. Any more healing herbs? You got more healing herbs for me? No? Alrighty. And that should be it for this point of interest. So that just leaves us with Blackbeard Pirate Camp. And that's going to be Richard's camp. So let's go over there. Or actually, I am going to dump some stuff off at my ship. And then I will meet you when we get to Richard's camp. And I know that is where the final fight is for this area. But we're going to hold off on that today. But I at least want to get over there, get some stuff taken care of, and then we can go from there. So let me empty out my stuff, and I will see you when we get there. Alrighty, I have made it into the inner area, and I did this mostly to unlock the fast travel point. So let me deal with these guys real fast, and then we will go from there. Alrighty, we have unlocked the fast travel point here for this camp, and I am going to travel back to the base so I can empty out all of my pockets and get prepared for this fight. And then the next episode, we will actually fight Richard. So let me head back to my base, and we will go from there. Alrighty, I have been back to the base. I have emptied out my pockets. And I have crafted some bullets because they're really good against the guy we're about to fight. I switched over to the reliable pistol, upgraded it to level 5, and I was actually wanting to switch over. I love the blunderbuss, but I like the pistol better. But beside the point, blunderbuss is awesome, just not the one that I have. I need an upgraded one. But we have the pistol, which we can fire 3 shots before we reload, so that's good. But like I said, we're going to stop here because I want to dedicate the full episode to our fight with Richard. And that's what we will do on the next one. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. We got to do a lot of exploring, get our level up, and continue on our pirating journey here in Windrose. Like I said, I hope to see you on the next one where we will be fighting Richard and progressing into the Iron Age and being able to have iron and farms and crops. And I believe we're going to build a new base. I want to have another base in the next area so I don't have to keep sailing all the way over here. So with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more of this. I also do have a Conan series going on, where we are barreling through the exiled lands right now. So if you're into that kind of stuff, go check out those. Love to hear the comments from everybody. With that being said, I hope you have a good one, and goodbye.